Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more Pirates of the Geek Vortex with a special one tonight. It's Rasclin's birthday, so we're going to be playing some, I think it's the Leverage tabletop role-playing game. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump on over, and I can start getting things set up as far as cameras go. All right, hello everybody. Why? Oh, hang on just a moment here. Just a moment. I just realized I need to hear. Okay, I need the voice chat here. Oh no, that's showing properly. Why am I not hearing? Why are we not hearing anything? Is anybody saying anything? Okay, there
You
we
were
go.
muted the entire time.
There we go.
The only reason I knew you were talking is because I have the stream up.
Ah. Well, for some reason, I couldn't hear anybody saying anything, so I'm like, okay. That was weird.
Well, we knew you were deafened, and then I looked over, saw you were muted but not deafened, but I was like, okay, well, he's still muted, so he's still not talking to us yet.
But I was. All right, so.
It's a good thing you labeled this as an experience.
Well, it is. It's fair. It is an experience. All right, so let me start getting everybody's stuff here. All right, so Caden is. So you need to be up here. I'm getting some really weird.
I was about to say, is the feedback just me, or is that everybody?
No, it appears to be. It appears to be Rasclin's.
Okay, let me switch to push to talk. I didn't think I had feedback. I don't know, normally I don't have any.
I know. That's what it was weird. I'm like, yeah, it's just like crackling.
If I'm leaning back in my chair and causing a noise, that could do it.
Well, it sounded more like it sounded more like just like something wrong with the wiring or something.
Yeah, it sounds like the cable's not connected entirely.
Let me check. Okay, someone try and do something to cause feedback.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what it was causing it. It was like,
It was a passive feedback.
If it's the kind of feedback that's caused by me talking and that causing everyone to hear the audio from my speakers come out.
No. This was like that electric crackling, like when your jack isn't all the way in.
Yeah, it wasn't really feedback. It was more just it was more a weird crackling noise.
Could be the plastic cellophane on my window.
No. This was definitely electronic, but it's not. It's gone now, so whatever you did helped.
Oh, I just switched to push to talk and then switch back.
All right, so all right, there's mine.
Let me know if you need me to lean one way or the other.
No, I think you're good.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything for you to hide behind on this particular cam setup.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like I said. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting everything into the right spots.
I kind of like this one. It's a little more open.
Yeah, this one is very much cyberpunk inspired. All right, there's that one. So
I
we
just
can
checked
go
to
ahead
see
and
if Nightkind was on BattleNet, and nope.
transition over to here. So now I just need one for Rasclin. Okay. Turn that off. There we go. So how has everybody been? You don't have to wait for me to get done with all this to talk, you know.
I am now over whatever the hell I had. I thought it was RSV. People have given other opinions. Possible it was flu or COVID. Between the two, I would probably think flu.
Mm-hmm.
I can still feel it lingering, so I haven't really been interacting with the public much.
That's understandable and appreciated.
I like not being a super spreader. And thankfully, I had the sick days to do it.
That's always good. So, Ras, you want to go ahead and introduce us to our game master for tonight?
Very good. Everyone, meet Juliet. Juliet and I have known each other since what, 97? Sounds about right?
Yeah, probably.
We met at the local anime club, along with most of our D&D group that meets on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Yeah, we play D&D, and also we try out other games, including Leverage, which is what brought me here tonight.
Which should be an interesting one, it sounds like.
Yeah, but we
If
were just
we have enough players.
yeah, we were just discussing we're kind of in a little pinch here because I don't think we have enough players to do what I wanted to do tonight.
I'm
And
sure
so
I'm sure we can figure something out.
well, one idea that I had was we could run through character creation if you guys wanted to create some original characters. And I'd be willing to come back another time and actually put them through an adventure.
At which point, anyone who joined on, we'd have to make sure they had their characters done ahead of time, of course.
I think we should just send the Canadian a beeper. Just a reminder, get your ass on the show.
Well, now he's got stuff to do today. He's working on packing and stuff like that. So
You know I have to give him shit.
yeah, but
It is
there's certain times where you can't really give him shit for something like that.
And like I said, with Nightkind, I know she had a 4 a.m., so
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
I have talked to her today, but that was in the middle of my work shift, so.
So, you know, I'm very open. We could try that. That was a thought.
May I
Maybe
suggest something?
yeah.
We do what you were saying. You said we would not have enough time to run a whole game plus character creation.
Right.
We could do the character creation and then go do some Jackbox, and you could take up one of the slots someone else normally does for that if you're up for it.
Maybe. What's Jackbox?
What isn't Jackbox?
A lot of things are not Jackbox. Although we have yet to find one, but I'm sure those things are out there. But it's a bunch of party games that we usually play through Steam. Olaf hosts and the rest of us just go to a website to play the games while he runs an interface on his camera.
It's got stuff like trivia, Mad Libs, telling bad jokes, drawing, which we all fail at.
True.
Could be fun. I mean, the only other idea I have is I could go through my list of GM list things and see if there's something I could throw together, on very short notice. But yeah, I am open. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if it came down to it, one of us could probably do 2 characters. We're all varied enough that we could find something that's. I mean, I'm pretty sure Caden's damn near has dissociative identity disorder as is.
I do.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he could do it. It wouldn't
You can
take
ask
much.
me. You can ask me about Obi or Caden or Balth or Torin or.
Yeah.
The problem is most of my roleplay anymore is text-based, so I'm a much better writer than I am on the fly.
Oh, come on. You're perfectly fine on the fly.
You do realize we've never played tabletop together, right?
Yeah, I know.
And I've never played tabletop.
Think of it as, text-based, but you're saying instead of typing.
True. And I'll think of it as it'll be a learning experience.
You've never played tabletop. I have directly fed you a pipeline of horrible ideas.
The ideas don't work if I don't have people to play them with, do they?
Okay, yes, you have a table of flakes. I'm sorry.
Although that is... Ooh.
You're going to drag one of them in here.
No, Rask. You've directly fed me a pipeline. Which means we have storylines, but we've never balanced them for characters. Look, you said the phrasing. I just repeated it. It's your fault.
All right, to be fair, his players can still blame me for the Kobold Princess.
No, they can't.
Why can't they?
Because I never
didn't meet her.
Yeah, I've never introduced your old storyline, so she's still just a random kobold with a ring of intelligence hidden somewhere on her body.
Caden looks like he's trying to hide.
One of us has to. Normally it's Rask hiding behind you. I'm leaning back. I'm fine.
All right. So, would we all be okay with character creation tonight, followed by Jackbox?
That would be fine.
Fine by me.
All right.
I mean, it's kind of your birthday stream, so...
Fair.
I was about to say, it's your birthday, it's his show. I'm just here for the ride.
All right, Juliet, if you could run us through.
All right. Well, shifting gears then. For character creation, I'm going to need to give you all a different link from some of the ones that I'd been feeding you.
Okay.
I know I had...
Okay.
The blank sheet one, I imagine, will still be useful.
What's that?
Oh, there wasn't a blank sheet one. My bad.
Well, I'm about to give you a link to a blank sheet one.
Okay.
Try and keep the blinding light down a bit. Good God.
Should I put it in live stream chat or?
Probably put it in the Pirates crew.
All right. Link incoming to a set of blank character sheets. If you have a printer handy, you may want to print out the sheet for whichever role you're interested in. Otherwise, honestly, I find it's not that difficult to just
Hey, it's the ones I was using earlier.
Yeah, same here. I was like, oh, hey, this looks familiar.
Have you played this before?
No, we were looking up the blank character sheets to kind of see what we're dealing with, type of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we already looked up
I like these sheets. Yeah, I like these sheets a lot better than the pre-generated ones they gave with the game.
Agreed. Yeah, the person who put these together was very smart. So I don't know if you guys would prefer to print them out and fill them out by hand. They are not, unfortunately, form fillable. But the other option is, it is actually pretty easy just to write down, make notes on which dice go with which attribute, and then write down your talents and so forth.
I've had a Word doc open specifically in order to keep track of a character.
Oh, if only I was at my print shop, I could just print off a sheet.
I will probably just copy that and take it to Photoshop and basically just put in text boxes and stuff for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I will be opening a text document and just have the PDF sheet in the background.
So how many of you have seen the TV show Leverage, or Leverage Redemption, which is the sequel?
Looks
just
like
Rasclin.
One.
Okay. Well, never fear. You don't have to have seen it. It is a show that was originally on from 2008 to 2012. And then they've had a sequel show running on Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime covers it, but it's through Freevee for the past couple of years. And I heard that they are starting season 3 this year of the sequel show. The premise is that it's about a group of thieves and con artists who decide to use their skills for good, to con those who are getting away with things they shouldn't be getting away with, and injuring people in the process. There are 5 characters, 5 main characters in the original show, and those are the 5 roles that the sheets represent, which is grifter, hitter, hacker, mastermind, thief. Most of the... I imagine most of those are fairly self-explanatory. Grifter is like your face, your con person. Hacker, of course, deals with computers. Hitter is your muscle. Mastermind is the planner. Oh, were you guys fans of the A-Team?
Yes.
Back in the day? Okay.
Yeah,
Hannibal is totally your mastermind. The mastermind loves it when a plan comes together. The A-Team is kind of like Leverage, except that they're all hitters.
That is not true. Face was not a hitter. Face was absolutely a drifter.
He could hold his own in a fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were all capable of fighting because they were all ex-military.
Yeah, they were not primary hitters, but I think they all had decent dice in hitter.
Yeah,
I would say BA was their hacker because he was always cobbling things together. Not so much with computers in that era, but certainly doing things. Face, of course, is the grifter. Hannibal's the mastermind. And then between...
Actually, is Face the grifter, is Face the thief, and Murdoch is the grifter?
Well, Face is good at getting... I could see them going either way, to be honest. And we're going to talk about primary and secondary dice, so we can discuss where you think their primary and secondary dice are.
Yeah, I was gonna say they both kind of cross, but they both kind of meld together. Because Face was always very much Face was the con artist, but then Murdoch basically relied on conning people into thinking he was crazy in order for his room and board. So,
yeah, I mean, I could see either of them. If they don't have grifter as their primary die, definitely secondary. So, I think of and in Leverage the roles are a little bit more defined. I mean, all of the characters are capable of doing any of the roles, but they have much more strongly defined niches because that's kind of how the show was built. So, the first thing you want to pick is your primary role, which I would describe as the main thing you do. And if anyone has more questions about what any of them do, feel free to ask.
Dibs on hacker.
All right.
Okay, dibs on hacker primary, I should say.
Okay, that's fine. Hacker was not one that I was particularly looking at. I figured you would probably pick one that the rest of us wouldn't. Now Caden, I don't know what he's looking at.
I will say one thing. Because we don't have a full crew of 5 here, by far the easiest one to leave out is the hitter.
I kind of figured as much because it's like, if it comes down to punching, yeah, you kind of screwed up somewhere.
Necessarily, but it does mean that whoever plays the hitter has to be a lot more of a self-starter and a lot... You really have to go out of your way to find opportunities to hit.
Yeah.
It's like Shadowrun in reverse that way.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I will
What were
not...
you looking at, Olav?
I don't know. I was torn between Mastermind or Grifter.
I figured you'd go for both.
I'm just not sure which.
I'd say primarily you'd want Mastermind and Grifter would be your secondary.
I could see that.
That's just how you tend to be. Whereas I usually go Mastermind, Thief, Hacker. Well, Mastermind, Thief, and then Hitter, honestly, because my third reaction to everything is always, well, if stealing didn't work and talking my way out of it didn't work, well, time to punch.
Well, you are going to have dice assigned to all of the roles, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're just picking which one gets the D10.
Honestly,
Was it a D10?
Sorry?
No, I'm just trying to remember what I read quicker.
yeah, it's okay. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Grifter, honestly.
Okay. So we got a hacker and a grifter.
Do
I
we
will
need a
tell you-
Mastermind?
The mastermind does have a special role in the wrap-up, which, if we don't have a mastermind, we can work around it, but if we have one, that person does the thing.
I can play Mastermind if needed, but I'm kind of going for Thief.
All right, well, that's fine. Certainly, Grifter, Hacker, Thief is a classic combo. So that's your primary role for each of you. Now you want to pick secondary roles, and since there are just 3 of you, who knows, we may have 4 when we're playing, or even 5, but for now, I'm going to encourage you not to double up on secondary roles. And when I say double up, I mean pick the same one as someone else.
Yeah.
Actually.
Now, the way I like to think of secondary roles is it's kind of what you do to set up your main thing. Let me go AFK for just a moment. I'm going to step over about 5 steps and grab a book to give you some ideas.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll be switching. I think I am going to main Mastermind, and I'll just secondary Thief.
Okay.
Okay. I'm lucky enough to have the books. They are out of print, sadly.
One more thing to look for at Gen Con this year.
Yeah, if you find them, they will likely not be cheap, though.
Such is life in the post-print world, I think.
Yes. Well, in this case, the company lost the license too, but here's what the main book looks like.
I could see the people who are currently running the what's it called with Homelander, the boys. I could see
Boys,
the people running that, picking up the license or trying to buy out the old IP and all that.
Well, now the thing is, this is an early version of Cortex, if you're familiar with that system. And Cortex has gone on to release a generic system they call Cortex Prime, which does include suggestions on how to use it for heisting. So you can sort of recreate original leverage from it, but they've filed the serial numbers off. I still kind of feel like, why reinvent the wheel? This one was designed to do exactly what it does, so.
But if you couldn't find the leverage book itself, that's not a bad idea. You're right.
Yeah. So, let's see. These each have lists of what you might call types of the character.
I'll let Daddy the hacker for a bit.
Just gotta find this.
No, she will not sit in my lap in this room. She'll do that in the main room, though.
Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to go grifter primary and hitter secondary.
Okay. Certainly does not hurt to have someone with a good hitter die.
Caden, you were going Mastermind Thief?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you've got all the roles. Someone has either a primary or a secondary die in it.
Alright. I will secondary Mastermind.
Okay. Here we go. This was one thing I enjoyed, and if anybody wants to swap around your prime or your secondaries based on this, they have like an archetype for each combo. So, for instance, Grifter Hitter is described as the swashbuckler. Grifter Hacker is the fisher, with the PH. Grifter Thief is the actress. Grifter Mastermind, confidence man or woman. For the masterminds, the Mastermind Hitter, the field general. Mastermind Hacker, the quartermaster. And let me know if you want to hear more about any of these. Mastermind Grifter, the director. Mastermind Thief, the merry old gentleman.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then for Thief, the combos are... Let's see. Oh, did they not do one for... Oh, come on, they have to have done one. Here we go. For Thieves. Thief Hitter, the daredevil. Thief Hacker, the safecracker. Thief Grifter, the pickpocket. And Thief Mastermind, the consultant. As in, like, security expert. Okay, so that may get you guys thinking along the lines of, like, what type of character you're working with. What we're going to do is we're going to generate some of the mechanical stuff, and hopefully that'll start putting together a picture in your mind of kind of a personality and a background, and then we'll start moving toward that. So, now that you have your primary and your secondary dice, you need to pick two more that are... so your primary die is a D10. Your secondary die is a D8. This is a dice pool game, so when you roll to do anything, you're going to be rolling whatever dice apply, and then you're going to be picking usually the top two, and trying to beat. All rolls in this are contested, so you will be rolling against me, and I'll be setting the difficulty for you, and you'll be trying to beat it. And there are ways to bring in extra dice and more complications with that, but we don't have to worry about those right this instant. So the next thing we're going to do is you're going to pick 2 of the rolls that are your D4s. And I want to stress, you guys are all highly competent, high-level criminals, okay? D4s do not mean you are bad at things. The thing about D4s is that they are much more likely to roll a 1, and when a 1 happens, plot happens. So but it doesn't mean that you failed. Plot could be happening for reasons that are, totally beyond your control, totally unforeseen by you. So it's more just, it's not I'm bad at this, and more if I use this, things might get interesting. So pick 2 of the other rolls to assign your D4s to, and once you've done that, you should have 1 left over, and that one gets a D6.
You already settled mine.
Okay. D6
My D6 is going to be Grifter.
So your D4s then are Hacker and Hitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. D6 is kind of your bread and butter die in this system. It's, unlikely to roll spectacularly well, but pretty reliable.
So, yeah. Okay, so we've got a mastermind, and Ras has mastermind as a secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna do D4, or my D4 is gonna be in Hacker and Mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
And then my D6 will be in Thief.
Okay. Rasclin, you have your dice assigned?
Yes, I have my dice assigned. I did have one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding talents, it is make 2. It's been a while since I played Leverage, but do we do, say, 1 talent for my primary, and can we do 1 from our secondary?
You're getting ahead of yourself. So I will get to the talents, but
Okay.
you have to have 1 from your primary, definitely. So maybe be thinking about which one you want for your primary.
I am.
And you could have both.
I also thought of a combination, but go ahead.
Okay. But the next thing the others need to do is set the dice for their attributes, which are agility, alertness, intelligence, strength, vitality, and willpower. Now, you notice there is no charisma. And the reason for that is because every one of these can be used in either a physical or a social sense. So, agility in a physical sense might be to balance on a narrow ledge. Agility in a social sense might be to bluff your way through a conversation by following cues from the other person without giving away that you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, what do we get for that? For those?
Okay, so there are 2 profiles that you can use. You can be focused, which is 2d10, 2d8, 2d6. In other words, you have awesome high dice at 2 things, pretty good dice at 2 more, and just basic dice at a further 2. Or you can be versatile, which is 1d10, 4d8, 1d6. In other words, awesome die at 1 thing, pretty good at 4 more, and basic at 1.
Okay.
I've gone ahead and assigned mine as a 2, 2, and 2.
Okay. So 2, 2, and 2, or 1, 4, 1 are your profiles. I don't honestly know why they even have a D4 on the character sheet, because you never use the D4 for your attributes.
I figured. I always thought it was some sort of optional character creation thing that we never got into.
It's possible, or it could be that in certain circumstances, maybe your die would get stepped down for some reason, but I don't know.
See it.
Okay, so what was the 2, 2, and 2? Which ones were they? What?
2d10, 2d8, 2d6.
Okay.
Or 1d10, 4d8, 1d6.
All right. I think I know how I'm going to do mine now. Let me just make sure that I'm doing everything, just setting everything up right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so I think I'm going to do D10 in agility and alertness.
Okay.
D8 in intelligence and strength. And D6 in vitality and willpower.
Okay. Now, you're a grifter?
Yeah.
Okay. I will tell you that vitality plus grifter is... I'm not saying you shouldn't put a D6 into vitality. What I'm saying is vitality plus grifter is a common combination, and if you want to use your higher dice with it, you'll be finding a different approach.
But what does vitality do?
So when it's vitality plus grifter, that is most often rolled for what's called a face action, which is where you introduce yourself to someone and attempt to establish a persona. And essentially what that means is that using vitality, that you are, coming on strong and projecting the energy of what it is that you are trying to establish.
Okay, I guess what we need is an explanation of what the attributes are at their base level. Like,
okay,
we don't know what alertness does, so we kind of need an explanation on that.
Well, let me give you another link. This is kind of the thing is, alertness does different things when it's paired with different roles. So, for instance, if it's alertness plus hitter, you might be sizing up the competition to see if you could take them in a fight. If it's alertness plus grifter, you might be looking for, chinks in their armor, ways that you could get to them. What I'm going to suggest is, if you go to the Pirates Crew channel and scroll up, look up to the bit where the link that I gave you at 8:14 that says if anyone would like to look over the character sheets in advance. Click that link. It'll take you to a folder with the sheets for the canon characters. The second page of each sheet is a list of tips for that role, and it includes a box showing how the various attributes interact with the role. So, for instance, if you click the top one there, Grifter Sophie is the canon Grifter, and then you scroll down to page 2, you've got a list of what you get with Grifter plus agility, Grifter plus alertness, and so on. And those are just examples.
Yeah. Well, see, the problem with this is that it's like they're saying, oh, hey, here's, everything goes with everything, and it's like a grifter goes with everything. It's like, okay, but it's difficult to decide on what to get because it's like, hey, everything,
Sure.
It's kind of like, hey, here's a buffet, but you have to pick only 2 dishes.
I understand.
Like,
I understand.
Why?
Well, because that's how you differentiate the characters. And notice I am not saying that you can't have your lower die in vitality.
I understand. I'm just saying that as a system, it's like, they're not really saying, hey, this, an attribute that everybody gets should have a general explanation, not like, oh, well, with this type of character it's this, with that type of character it's that. It's like it should be. I can understand why people kind of look at this and like, oh, this is confusing, because it's like, well, agility can do different things. It's like that's great, but agility should have a general understanding.
All I was going to say was that it would affect more how you describe what you're doing. In other words, how you describe your approach.
Yeah.
I swear, it's almost completely out of my system.
And I should also say, I have been running this game for so long that I may possibly sometimes forget that I may be kind of overwhelming people that are new to it, especially if they haven't actually seen the show. But your dice setup is it's totally fine. It's just if you want to use intelligence, for instance, to make an impression, you can always make me a case for why you want to use a particular attribute.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to do it, because, intelligence, as far as that goes, makes more sense to me, as far as, like, doing your research beforehand.
Sure. I was just hoping that this sheet that I linked to you might help give you a little more clarity. And of course, there are similar sheets for hacker and mastermind, thief, hitter as well.
Yeah, because for me, it's like, a mental con is one thing as far as putting on confidence, arrogance, and stuff like that, but it's more. Disguises are more based, or should be more based on making sure that you don't need a masterful disguise in order to really do something.
It's all in how you approach it.
Yeah.
Some people like disguising themselves. Some people rely more on just some people like to look physically different. Some people rely more on how they approach it. Has everybody got their dice portioned out for attributes? Okay,
Pretty
there's
sure.
one. Okay, one more mechanical thing, and then we're going to start talking about character, name and background, and so forth. So the last mechanical thing is the talents, which is what Rasclin was asking about just now. And those go down, as you can see, down the right side of the sheet. Each sheet has a set of talents that are specific to that role. And then the final sheet on the list has a set of generic talents, which are actually really good. So you're going to be picking two of these. One of them must be for your primary role. I have been experimenting with letting people pick talents for their secondary roles as their second talent if they want. And I think that, especially if we don't wind up getting other characters, it would make sense for you guys to have a wide array of possibilities here. So, like I said, you can do... somebody just asked if we're playing Leverage.
That would be one of my players.
Oh, well. So you can, for your second talent, you can either pick one for your secondary role, you can pick a second one for your primary role, or you can pick a generic one. Any of those is possible.
Okay. Wait a second. We can pick what now?
So you're going to be picking a total of 2 talents.
Okay.
One of them must come from the sheet for your primary character, or primary role.
Okay.
The second one, you have a choice. You can take it from your primary role, your secondary role, or the list of generic talents, which is on the last page.
I was I was just about to ask. I'm like, wait.
All right, I got distracted. What?
You're going to be picking 2 talents.
Okay. I was already making combinations in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I just said that's Olaf's call, not mine.
Oh, Gas Giants climb. Yeah.
Well, see, Gas Giant would be a boon because not only do they play D&D and they've watched Leverage, but they used to roleplay with me and Olaf, so they
I'm
know at
cool.
least 2 out of the 4 of us. But that's Olaf's call, what he wants to do.
I'm
I-
open either way. Olaf?
Hang on here. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing with this right now. I mean, right now we're just the game plan for tonight is to make characters, and then we're gonna do Jackbox.
Yes.
So we're not actually
if you
gonna
wanna
get
s-
into playing.
Yeah, if you want to stick with that, that's fine.
Yeah. Let's stick to that plan.
Well,
Yes, we
to
are.
explain for the person who's texting us, we thought we were going to have 5 people tonight. I was going to run the quick start game, which involves playing the characters from the show, but it really needs 5 people, or at least 4. So when we had only 3, we decided to do character creation.
Yeah.
And at this point, we're far enough in that I think we kind of want to stick with character creation.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
And I've still got people texting me like, hey, are you streaming tonight? What's the link? Follow my goddamn social media.
So, if we do a future game, I am open to anyone who wants to play. I'm also willing to walk anyone through character creation outside of streaming if need be.
Okay.
So, what has everybody got talents? And if so, what are they?
I am still picking.
I will go ahead.
I've got mine. It's kind of awkward because of what we were talking about before. But I'm actually gonna go with Master of Disguise and Want to Buy a Watch.
Okay. And tell us what those do.
Master of Disguise. When you use a disguise, add a d6 to your roll. Also, if you successfully fool someone, the fixer can't use complications on a future roll that have that character see you through your disguise. So that's going to negate the low vitality. Because instead of 1d8, the vitality, if I'm doing a disguise, that's going to bump it up to 2d6.
Okay.
And then
Nice.
Want to Buy a Watch says, when you pull a basic scam on someone, false injury, 3-card Monty, pick and a poke, etc., add a d8 to your roll. If the mark is very savvy, then add a d6 instead.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting that feedback again. Is that just
Yeah,
me?
we're getting that static. And now it stopped. It almost sounds like you remember when cell phones were first kind of coming out, how it would interfere with mics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, I'm old enough. I remember back when we had headphone jacks, and it sounds like you don't have your headphones plugged all the way in.
No, it's trust me. That's exactly what it sounds like. Is it sounds like it's an interference from a signal of some sort, like a cell phone. I used to work at AT&T Mobility, and oh my God, the number of people that would call in and be like, "Well, this is interfering with this." It's like, yes, that's just how this technology works. Sorry,
They all pick up
it
radio
sucks.
waves.
Yeah.
Rasclin, have you got talents?
Yes. First one I went with was going to be "Can You Hear Me Now" as my hacker talent.
And what does that do?
When you roll your hacker die in an action involving communications, wiretaps, radio, cell phones, intercepting emails, etc., add a d8 to your roll.
Okay.
Now, the other one I took just seemed to complement everything going here pretty well from Mastermind, and that was Sea of Calm. When any crew member you're in contact with fails a roll in a contested or timed action, the next crew member to make a roll adds your Mastermind die to the roll.
Nice.
It just
Well,
seemed
you
like
just made my choice a lot easier, Rask.
cheesy combos are exactly what I do.
Well, I was gonna take Sea of Calm, but then I was like, but I really need to take something else. So if you have Sea of Calm, I'm gonna go with Archangel. So any crew member I'm in voice contact with can spend plot points to give an asset to any other crew member I'm in contact with, including myself.
Very good.
And you know what? I'm gonna get some advice here. Olav, I need your opinion.
Okay.
Which fits me better? Just the phrasing. I just work here, or chewing the scenery?
Oh God. Which one fits you best?
In situations where we have roleplayed together, which one would you say I embody more? I just work here, or chewing the scenery?
I would definitely say chewing the scenery.
Okay, then we will take chewing the scenery. So when I roll an action, including my grifter die, to pose as someone I'm not, and grifter isn't my primary, I add my primary roll die to the roll.
Nice. Now,
It's
one
so much
thing
easier than I just work here anyways.
and one thing to keep in mind is that this is a very player-driven game, so how often you go out and pose as people is up to you, pretty much.
Okay.
All right, so now that we have roles, attributes, and talents, it's time to start thinking about your character as a character. Like you've sort of got an idea of how this character operates. So try thinking about a name, a background, where this character developed their skills originally, what led them to a life of crime, and what led to them deciding to use their skills for good.
I've got the rough concept I'm going with.
Okay.
Martin Kale is a former farmhand. He did become self-taught over time and just working from one factory farm to the other, because that's sometimes how it works. start basically doing his various schemes through the connections he would make off of their terminals. Alias, farmhand.
Okay.
Description, slightly unkempt and disheveled Caucasian male. Play what you know. And yes, folks at home, for my birthday shirt, it's Orcus. I've had this shirt at least 25 years.
Play what you know. You're saying there's going to be 3 middle-aged, depressed, burnt-out white guys?
I mean,
Well, it'll get us into a lot of high-level office buildings.
so what led farmhand here to a life of crime?
Honestly, just lack of money in general. Ask anyone stuck in that line of work.
Okay.
As for what got him altruistic, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay. Well, there is something we can discuss later, but as a possibility, but possibly once we get the other characters in place, we'll have a little more of a picture. So, either of the other of you have any thoughts about who your character might be?
I still don't have a name yet, but background I think is going to be my character basically grew up in poverty and basically started his life of crime at a young age just to get by.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, as he grew up and got to know the world, started using his talents for altruistic purposes because he saw how basically the rich and powerful treated everybody like him, the people from his neighborhood and stuff like that, and decided, you know what, screw them. I'm gonna use my talents to fuck with the rich and powerful.
Was there a straw that broke the camel's back moment, or was it more of a gradual thing?
More of a gradual thing.
Okay. And how about our mastermind?
Still coming up with it. Curse of being a writer.
Now, you went mastermind thief, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Wasn't that the jolly old gentleman?
Yes, the jolly old gentleman.
So that might give you some ideas.
I mean, it gives me definite Arsène Lupin vibes.
Haha. Been reading the books lately. They're awesome. The original books, that is, not the manga.
Yes. I'm praising you for that you know the original books. For those of you unfamiliar, Arsène Lupin is the prototype gentleman thief who would steal priceless artifacts to replace them with exact copies just because he could.
Although there was the one memorable time that he came to a nobleman's house and didn't take anything, just left a note saying, Arsène Lupin will return when the furnishings are genuine.
Very much the, hey, I was gonna steal something, but Jesus, you've stolen more than I have.
Yeah. So, does that spark any thoughts for you? Because we kind of can't do the next bit until you have a basic framework for your
that
character.
is my basic framework right now. Is just he's going to be the he was always able to talk his way into or out of almost any situation and pickpockets or slide ideas into minds just as easy as he could. He basically just got bored and went to see, hey, how far can I take this? And then when he realized that he was good at it, he was like, hey, may as well use it for good.
Okay. Did he need the money, or did he do it just for the thrills?
He's doing it for the thrill. It is completely just to see how far he could have taken it.
Okay. Sounds good. So the next bit then is we are going to, for each of our characters, we're going to pick 2 distinctions. These work kind of like aspects in Fate. They're words or phrases that describe you in soft terms. Now, but the bit that makes it a little bit tricky is each one should be something that could work either for you or against you, depending on circumstances. So, as an example, in the game that I ran for my local group, which Rasclin was a part of, our grifter was a sweet little old lady who had recently widowed. She used to be part of a double act with her husband and had to go solo after he passed away. But one of her distinctions was grandma. So you can see how in certain circumstances, if being grandma is, going to help you gain someone's confidence or help you look harmless, something like that, then it definitely works in your favor. If it's a situation where you maybe are supposed to be, where you're surrounded by the young and dynamic, or where you want to be in some way intimidating, grandma is definitely going to count against you. So we're looking for 2 descriptors of that sort, and they don't have to be single words. They can be short phrases that will be similarly double-edged for your characters.
She's struggling to come up with something.
Well, look at yourself. What are you distinct with?
So let's see. You I could see something like outsider, maybe? In the sense that it gives you perspective on the rich and powerful. You zero in on things they miss because of their blind spots, but it also means that you don't necessarily maybe always have the instincts that someone who was born and raised in that milieu would have, maybe? You don't have to use it. It's an example that came to mind. Or for the mastermind, I could see something like in it for the thrills, which could, could lead you to take bold action, could also lead you to, if you're really just in it for the thrills, you might take unnecessarily bold action.
Let's see.
And yeah, I'm beginning to see my icon lighting up unexpectedly, by the way, when there's no noise.
Yeah, you were definitely lighting up just now.
I think fun-loving and confidence are good distinctions.
Okay, yeah. What we're going to do is you're each going to get 3, so you're each going to pick 2 for yourself, and then the rest of us are going to come up with the third one. And there's only a couple more steps after this, by the way. We're close to done.
Okay, I think I've got my 2. So the
Okay.
first one is youthful appearance.
Mhm.
Looks young and innocent, may not be may not fit in with the well-established, the well-established type
Like you'd
of
have
company.
might have trouble posing as a banker because
Yeah, because
you wouldn't have had time to work your way up.
Yeah.
Of course, that's when you'd use your disguise.
And the second one is quick book learning. So can pick things up from reading, but like scanning a web page or something like that to get information on the mark. But then there's a lot of stuff that's not published.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that's going to be, okay, so yeah, anybody could know this. How do we know that you're actually fit in? You don't, you think you know the person, but you might not.
Sure, and if you when this counts for you and when this counts against you is going to be largely up to you. So if you say it counts against you, you could be leaving yourself open to the possibility that there might be something you didn't find.
Yeah.
Okay. Those both sound good to me. Rasclin, you got anything?
All right, I came up with unassuming hayseed, which, granted, doesn't mean I'm inspired the most confidence in those I meet some days, but it also means I get underestimated a lot, and it's very easy for me to play dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Then went with rural familiarity. No, I'm not going to know certain things about how to get, say, across Chicago and the bus routes and the L, obviously. But I'm going to know back roads and where everyone's going to hang out on a Friday night in a place where corn harvesting is a major source of funding.
Okay, as long as you're okay with the fact that that one's going to be very situational.
I figured it. I was more making the character than anything.
Did you just literally make Clark Kent?
Well, except for the life of crime part. Okay, so now we need to go around and, as a group, we need to come up with a third distinction for each of the characters. Why don't we start with Martin here, Rasclin's character? These distinctions are going to be one of your biggest sources of extra dice and plot points, so that you want them to be something you can roll as often as possible. And since Martin is primarily a hacker, it would be nice if we could come up with a distinction that relates to your hacking. I'm wondering about something like, I'm thinking that the computers that you would be finding on rural farms are unlikely to be state-of-the-art.
Probably not. Unless I don't know, stole someone's really nice hacking rig that for reason was already there. In, say, a rich farmhouse by a more private farm, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's really up there.
So maybe something like behind the curve, like you might not be as up on the very latest equipment, but on the other hand, if you get some outdated stuff, you can make it do things.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
I like that. What do we call that?
My suggestion was behind the curve, but
Behind
if
the curve?
anyone has a kind of an
I will not be a
odd thing for
smartass
your
and name it
hacker,
retro chic.
kind of an odd thing for your hacker, but and you might be able to use it. So I wouldn't want you to feel like you have to take it as a disadvantage anytime you're dealing with new technology, but it could be something like, oh, I look at this new thing and I can see how it is a development of this old thing I used to work on, and that tells me that it probably has this back door that they probably never bothered to fix somewhere in the code. So, it can still count for you if you want it to when you're dealing with newer stuff.
I mean, you could definitely call that master of the old ways. That's pretty much how hacking works now.
Yeah, there's that too.
I was thinking, like, it's great for things like, yeah, you can't put your virus on this system if this system can't run it. Oh, you and your fancy Windows programs. I'm using an old DOS box. Literally, it's 5.0 on here.
I mean, I was just thinking the other day, what would happen if the Morris virus or Melissa ever got back out?
They do much?
Melissa was basically just a chainmail that would eventually overload your system, but Morris would delete your system32 file.
Eep. Well, depending on what our unassuming hayseed here does, we might find out what happens when they get back out.
I'm liking this more and more.
Who wants to go next?
I guess I will.
Okay. And tell me again what your two are?
Youthful appearance and fast book learning.
Right.
Fucking nerd.
And sorry?
I said he's a fucking nerd.
Don't say that about the hacker.
That's because our hacker happens to look like he just came out of football practice. We've got the jacked motherfucker who came off a farm, who's really good with computers, and then we've got you.
Yes, but I'm the only one that's got a decent hitter background.
Ironically enough.
Hey, you don't grow up on the streets without learning how to fight.
That is true. Let me think. I feel like there's the germ of a possibility there.
I mean, there's always sleeper build.
Okay, so you started out scamming people at a young age. You've rubbed shoulders with the wealthy, but were not one of them yourself. Would you say, I mean, one that's sort of a classic would be something along the lines of Champagne Tastes, where you, grew to enjoy the finer things in life, and could be easily tempted by them. Or maybe something about your hitter abilities. Something like Scrappy. Or how do you, so you said that you don't grow up without learning how to defend yourself. How do you see this character? When does this character resort to violence, and how does this character fight when he does?
I would definitely say he is a dirty fighter.
Mm-hmm. Fight dirty actually could be a good one.
When he resorts to violence, it's more. I envision it more as kind of if somebody starts pushing and getting really aggressive, then yeah, he would probably, if he sees a fight likely to start happening, he's going to take the first punch.
Okay. I
Why does it
mean,
make me think
like,
an explosive temper?
yeah, or likes to punch first. Throw the first punch.
Maybe something kind of like edgy, so that he's always aware, so that if somebody's about to start a fight.
You could
That type of
totally make looking for a fight your third distinction.
Yeah, I like that one.
Because you're looking for the fight to start, but you're also looking for a fight.
Mm-hmm. And depending on whether you want to fight in the situation, that would depend on whether it counts for you or against you.
I need to use the restroom. Be right back.
Sure.
So maybe like, yeah, it's kind of like always open to the possibility of a fight. So if somebody's acting kind of aggressive, he's just going to go out and get the first punch in.
Were you looking for a fight, or are you itching for a fight?
Looking for a looking. Okay, he's not like walking around running into people to start a fight. He is a con artist first and a hitter second. So he's not going to be like actively going out for a fight. That would be very contradictory.
I also like looking for a fight because it can have the meaning of always on the alert to see if a fight is starting.
Yeah.
Without actually trying to provoke one.
Yeah.
It has that double meaning.
So like if we're in the process of scamming somebody and somebody starts getting riled up and starts getting loud and looks like he's going to we're going to have a problem, my guy's probably going to hit the person.
It's like a Han shot first situation. Like, this is going to be a fight anyway, I might as well get the first hit in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and how about our mastermind?
I'm going to leave it up to them.
Well, I suppose we should wait for Rasclin to get back so he can have some input.
Yeah. Well, we can get Olaf's thoughts on it.
You might not like my thoughts on it. So you're taking.
Well, see, here's the thing. You always say that, and then we almost always end up with characters that are opposite but complementary to each other.
So you're taking the Archangel talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of a micromanager.
Well, that's kind of what a mastermind does.
Kind of a control freak. So if one of us, so you're always wanting to be in contact with us somehow, some way. But it gets to the point where it could be a hindrance, because if we're not in contact with you, if we can't be in contact with you, or we don't want to be in contact with you, that annoys you.
Stop talking about my real life.
I should mention that it's one of the conceits of the show that the team at all times wear little earbuds that are like Bluetooth enabled or something, and allow them to stay in contact pretty much at all times. The game sort of operates on the assumption that you have something similar. Now, that said, the characters in the show are known to take their earbuds out sometimes when they want to go off-grid, so to speak, or sometimes they lose them if they're in a particularly dire situation.
Yeah, I figure with my character, if he's in the middle of a scam, he's not going to want somebody buzzing in his ear. So he's going to be like, okay, I got to go take care of this. And will remove his earpiece and be like, okay, I need to focus on what I'm doing. You talk amongst yourselves.
Means independent could have been an interesting distinction for your character too, then.
True.
We still have time to switch it out.
If you want to switch one of yours for independent, I think that would be... It sounds like that would be very, very
that
appropriate.
might suit him better than looking for a fight.
It certainly would be something that would apply in a lot of situations, one way or the other.
And would fit with his background as far as growing up on the streets, because you can't trust a lot of people there. You're kind of working on your own, so...
And you're right, in a lot of situations that would help you, because I don't have to constantly keep an eye on you and be like, hey, remember this, but there are going to be situations you take that earbud out and I'll just be like, okay, well, you get in trouble, I can't help you.
But see, with the distinctions, that would, it'll, being in contact and knowing all parts of the plan and how everything's going benefits you. But then if my character takes his earbud out, that should annoy you. Because it's got to be both a plus and potentially a plus and a minus.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is the minus is if you do that and then you get into a situation or I get into a situation, well, now we can't contact each other.
Yeah, for mine that works that way, but that doesn't really work as far as a negative for you. Because you're just kind of like, okay, well, if you get in trouble, you're on your own. That's not...
No.
It should
No,
annoy
because
you.
the Archangel... Remember, the Archangel trait works both ways, which means if you have something that I need and I get into a sticky situation, but you've taken your earbud out because you're doing a scam, that means I'm still in trouble because now I can't get in contact with you.
See, this is exactly why it would work so well, because it's, like I said, it's going to annoy your character.
Rasclin, do you have thoughts on my third distinction?
Run it by me one more time.
Well, I want to hear your, straight out thoughts first. Do you have a distinction that you think would suit me?
I went to the restroom a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, independent wouldn't go on your character sheet, on the Mastermind's character sheet.
No.
It would only go on the Grifter's character sheet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could have something like micromanager, I suppose.
I like independent for our Grifter.
It could also mean...
one for your sheet.
Yeah, I mean, independent could also mean something like, well, I just decided I'm going to do this a different way and, not tell anybody.
Complications are hilarious.
But back to the Mastermind.
I don't know, because, I also agree. The independence, it wouldn't annoy me so much, because then we also get my habit where I don't always tell everything. So...
Secretive?
Yeah, I think secretive would work, because there are times where I'm going to think, hey, this is happening and this is happening. So I'm going to change this up, but I'm not going to tell them, because if I tell them, this isn't going to work.
So kind of a distinction with the Archangel, you share information that other people... You'll share information, but what you think is valuable.
Exactly.
So maybe something along the lines of kind of like judgmental. You gather the information and you judge who needs what.
I'm thinking it plays out with the confidence thing. where I'm confident that I know what I need to know, and you know what you need to know. But that plays into, do I tell you anything else? Because now I'm confident to the point of being cocky.
And keep in mind that when you roll, it's not always going to be in relationship to the rest of your team, especially since you have the chewing the scenery distinction. You could be talking to the mark or to, other people. So you want a distinction that will come into play in those kinds of situations as well.
Yeah. Which the secrecy does, because then it's still, say we get into a situation where I'm bluffing or, God forbid, or being interrogated. Well, now I'll tell them, but I'm not telling them that important bit that they need to know.
Yeah, how about something like Poker Face?
Yeah, I could see that.
Sounds good to me.
See, the micromanager is it's a two-way, because I do get anxious when I can't talk to people, but at the same time, I trust them enough to know, or to kind of be like, okay, well, you know what you're doing, because if I didn't think that you had the skill or the confidence to pull off what you're doing, I wouldn't have you on my team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think any of those could work.
I'm gonna leave it to those two, so they can talk amongst themselves.
Okay.
What are you thinking, Ras?
I mean, admittedly, I kept thinking I picked my talent specifically because I wanted to be tossing bonus dice back and forth. That was my whole scheme.
Yeah, but we're talking about the one for Caden.
Yeah, we're talking about the distinction.
I'm talking about it was the scheme for all three characters to some extent, but
well, no, we need to come up with a distinction for Caden.
These are like the character traits, so I've already picked two, but I need a third one that you two decide on.
Yeah.
Poker Face can go two ways, because on the one hand, no one can read you. On the other hand, that can bug people when they realize they can't read you.
How about we kind of split the difference? So we go with Poker Face, that has the idea of he's not always aware that he has his poker face on.
I can see that. I do that a lot, actually.
Like I said, if you'd rather phrase it as unreadable, I mean, that would work too.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'd phrase it as resting bitch face.
That is actually an awesome distinction.
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
You still call it bitch face if it's a man?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you're in the Supernatural fandom.
Okay. I'm cool with that. Let's reclaim these gendered insults, right? All right, there is only one more thing that you guys need to do. Well, two more, but one of them you can do right now, which is everybody give yourselves 2 plot points. Normally you start with 1, but I like to start people with 2 because if people only have 1, they feel a lot more nervous about using it, and I want people to feel free to use them. So just make a note that you have 2 plot points, and then we're going to come up with one more thing for each character. And that thing is a signature asset, which is an item or a tool that helps you in your job. It can be intangible. So you just pick one. Getting back to our A-Team example, for example, I think Murdoch's signature asset would be his crazy act. Hannibal's signature asset would probably be his monster costume, actually.
BA's is the van.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And to go to the characters in Leverage, the show, their grifter's signature asset is the amazing range of accents that the actress can do. The signature asset for their thief is her climbing rig, and the signature asset for their mastermind is he has a flat where the group meets to plan and do research for their schemes.
I've got one for myself.
Okay.
Master of Cast-Offs. I can scrounge stuff pretty quickly in order to make equipment.
I was
I like
thinking
it.
something very similar, except for a costume from next to nothing. Using things in the environment and around to put together a costume.
Okay.
Why am I so tempted to say mine is herding cats?
I mean,
it definitely suits.
yeah. What this signature asset is going to do is anytime you use it to carry out a task, you will get to roll an extra D8, which is a pretty good die.
Which, Jesus. Okay. That's funny.
And a normal asset that you just create during play is going to be a D6. So this is a step up from a normal asset.
I just remembered the other term for Master of Cast-Offs. MacGyver.
Yeah? Yeah?
But I'll stick with Master of Cast-Offs.
What, you don't want to be Tony Stark?
So the discussion earlier about the vitality of a D6, I would get a D6 from that, a D6 from Master of Disguise, and an extra die for coming up with a costume made from found items.
A D8 from coming up with a costume
Yeah.
made from found items. Yeah.
So...
And that's exactly what I mean by saying, it's fine to have that D6. It just affects the way you approach the situation.
Yeah, I just realized
I
that.
hope
I'm like,
it's-
okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
questioning that myself in the back of my head. I'm like, is that really where? And it's like, oh wait, no, never mind. Oh, that might be my most powerful asset.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I went with the versatile setup, so I don't really have a weakness I need to cover.
I mean, you have your D4 rolls if you're called upon to do those, which could
True.
happen, but yeah. And I mean, the thing is, like I said, you guys are criminals at the top of your game. You are highly competent, you are experienced, so you should feel kind of strong, but in a real world sense.
That makes sense. All right,
Good,
I need to
good.
run to the bathroom before we go switch over to Jackbox here. So,
Have fun.
Well,
Don't
we've
drown.
got three fun characters here. No, we've got two fun characters. I'm not going to say who the odd one is. We got three.
You got
fun
two street
characters.
rats. Oh shit, Rasclin, why did you do this?
Okay, there's any number of horrible things I may have did and not realized I did, but go on.
So we have a mastermind, a grifter, and a hacker.
All right.
Our grifter and hacker are also somewhat good at combat, while our mastermind is basically sitting around going, fuck it, I don't care, I'm doing this for fun, and I'm just going to make sure these two play nice.
Yeah.
Now, have we created Batman and Robin or Oliver Queen and Speedy?
Worse. It's Trevor, Sifa, and Alucard.
Close, yeah. It's Helsing. That's what we've created.
Oh boy. So, if you want to try a follow-up at some future time to actually play these characters, I'm up for it. Just I'll have to figure out a weekend that works for all of us, but I'm sure we can find one. And if you want to add another player or two at the time, I'm also open to working with them.
Okay, so it wouldn't necessarily have to be the last Friday of a month, because this is definitely very distinct from Jackbox, I think.
Sure.
Mhm.
Or Cards Against Humanity, or any of the other things we normally tend to run.
We also don't necessarily have to run it on this channel.
Okay, true.
Shoot.
We have another. There's another show we do sometimes.
I just realized something, though,
Hmm.
which is because I am on the loaner computer, I don't have Steam. So,
You don't need to have Steam. You will not need it at all.
are you sure? Okay.
Yes.
We
As
will.
long as you can open a web page.
Okay.
Do I want to make my signature asset a set of brass knuckles?
You could.
Juliet, the webpage you'll want to open up on the side is just jackbox, all one word, .tv. So every
Okay.
time we start one of the new games in Jackbox, it'll have a 4 alphanumeric code, usually just alpha, and you just type it in and you enter that game.
Okay.
And we don't hit start until we've got all of our people, and then boom.
Okay.
Hi. Alright, so I've got my basic character sheet right up done.
Now, you are a mastermind thief, right?
Yep.
You could also, since you are the only one with a second... No, wait, does the Grifter have a secondary thief die? No, he was a hitter. You could also make your signature asset something that enhances your thieving ability.
That's true. I'll have to think on that.
Like, you could have a set of precision lockpicks, or, like I said, the thief on the show has a climbing rig that she uses to scale buildings. You know, something along those lines.
Sorry, something opened up from an old window.
Ah, damn it, why did I have to use 2 monitors tonight? I am not going to be Sparky Queso tonight.
Are you usually?
No, it was a joke when I started playing Once Human. They needed me to make a team name, so I decided on Electric Queso. And then they were like, oh, well, now you need a warband so that several teams can join you. What do you want to name that? I was like, the Junk Food Alliance?
Okay. I've got a couple questions before we switch over. I've got a couple questions in regards to the leverage game.
Sure.
First is what day would work for everybody as far as doing this? Preferably something other than Friday, so we're not trying to juggle. Well, are we doing pirates or are we doing this?
Well, we were just talking about how we could run it over on my channel.
That was
Which
going to be
means-
my other question. Would you be up for running this?
I would absolutely be up to running this on Bullfox's Den, and I'm free all week, all day. So pretty much whenever you guys are free, tell me and I'll set it aside. I'll just need to set up the streams, and
Yeah, we can.
you and I can get together and make title cards.
Title cards, make you a specific HUD for it, a whole 9
Mhm.
yards. Yeah.
We gotta, of course, set aside time. We gotta get either gamers or night kind to be able to make a character.
Well, I was gonna say we could also bring in. Caden could bring in Gas Giant. who
Yeah,
knows
because
the
Gas
show
is
and knows
already
the game. Yeah.
Gas is already part of the Skulk, so they can easily jump on voice.
And
All right.
that makes it so that we're not trying to add too many new people to this. Because when we get all 5 of us together, we tend to talk over each other and stuff like that. As is, adding more people to the mix would be chaos.
I was about to say, if you haven't noticed our habits yet tonight,
yeah.
Probably Tuesdays and Thursdays are the best weeknights for me. I
can bail out of raid for at least one night.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, because I might be able to swing a Monday if I had enough advance notice, but Wednesday, as Rasclin mentioned, is our regular game night, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, any night I can work with any night. It's just gonna be, it's gonna be one of those nights, one night where I don't stream the evening show, so it's like that's not a big deal.
Yeah. See, Wednesday's usually my preferred because it's middle of the week, but yeah, it's game night for unit guys, so I would probably suggest Tuesday. Because if we do Thursday, that's 3 shows in a row, so that'd be Howling, or whatever we decide to call this particular series, and then Pirates, and then Over the Edge for Rask, so that's 3 days in a row where we're all just streaming.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right.
So, if we do Tuesday, that gives us a little bit of leeway for audience and us alike.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right.
Okay, so let me get everything set up here for Jackbox, and...
Okay, while you're getting set up, I'm gonna go AFK. I'll be back.
Alright. Make sure that everything's organized properly here. This is the fun part that most people don't see, is how I'm, it's like, okay, now I need to get that set up. I need to get this set up. There's a reason why I have 3 monitors. All right, and I need... Okay, I've got that, I think. Okay. All right, so that should be showing up there. Yes, it is. Good. And I do need to adjust that just a bit. Oh, wait a second. That's not going to work. Okay. Let's do this here. That. Bump that up there. Okay. There we go. That's better. All right. So the question is what do we want to play?
My question is, why the hell does my room smell like delicious nachos?
I don't know. Have you been eating nachos?
No.
Are you haunted by the ghost of a Taco Bell employee?
I'm probably haunted by the ghost of being a fat ass.
Okay, and I'm gonna share this with you guys so that you can see the picker and everything.
So yeah, Juliet, you'll want to watch the stream that Olaf just opened up in channel.
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Hey, that means I can actually full screen it on this one, and then I can play on my other monitor. Yay, efficiency.
Alt tabbing is a thing.
Alright, let me... Yeah, I need to pull one over here. Oh god, that is bright. Why so bright? More people need to have the night, the dark mode. Dear gods.
I keep everything on my system in dark mode, even on my phone, so when I get to a light mode page, I'm just instantly blinded.
Yeah. All right. So what do we want to play?
I don't know what any of these are, so...
Might I suggest we start with Fibbage?
Okay. Fibbage is an easy one to start with. Do we want Fibbage 4 or Fibbage 3?
Fibbage 4.
Um,
1 or 4 are excellent starting points.
All right.
I say 4.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go into the 70s right now.
That's all we can think of Fibbage 3
Down and to the left.
70s Fibbage.
Down and to the left. Ah, there it is.
There you go.
All right. Yes, launch. There we go. All right, now I will probably need to change that. All right.
Pixie text sucked.
All right. Change the window. There. So now you guys should be seeing that one.
Yep.
All right. Now let me make sure that. Okay. Just a moment here. I need to really quickly make it so that.
Well, you're fixing that. I did have an interesting experience earlier this week. Went downtown, went to the little library on the street, see if any books stood out at me. I found a copy of Culture and Democracy in the United States from 1912.
Oh my goodness.
This one signed 1924. I was a little concerned when the first chapter is postscript, Culture in the Ku Klux Klan.
Good grief.
Thankfully, the author is against the KKK. He's
I'm
very
glad
much
we're keeping the bar high.
well, he's very much the KKK came around because we set our culture on their beliefs, and now those beliefs are being challenged, and they don't like it. They're a bunch of big babies.
Well, nice to be reminded that, yeah, there were some people who got it even back in the day.
It was just one of those reads. I was going through the chapter, and he's like, "These are the signs of the time." And oh, these sound way too familiar.
Okay. So, all right. Now, if they haven't told you, either on your computer or on your phone or something, you need to go to jackbox.tv.
I'm there.
Okay.
Remember, audience, this includes you.
Yes. This is for everybody. So yeah. And then once we
Once we click play, there will be a 4-letter code that you can put in to join the game. Put your name as to whatever you want, and then off to the races.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and hit play, get a code going.
GEAA.
Damn it!
There is a bit of an unspoken, or who are we getting, completely spoken game here with Among Us, where we try and get in ahead of each other.
Wow, do I pick the bat-winged horn toad or the Canada goose tortoise? Oh, I gotta pick the tortoise.
The goose duck is amazing. Yeah, me and Rask have the sub-game of who gets the skull.
Yeah.
And whoever doesn't usually gets the shoe bill.
Why is
This is true.
YouTube's telling me, oh, you don't, your audio isn't coming through? It's like, yes, it is.
Oh, I was wondering what they mixed the shoe bill with. It's a shoe bill cat. That makes it an even funnier 14 reference.
All right, I guess I'll go with the horn-toed bat.
That's your usual.
All right, and I think that's everybody. I don't know if Gas Giant's still with us or if she's planning on joining or not.
I don't know. I don't even know if Argost is watching. Probably not. He's been a sleepy bitch for a while.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start the game. Now, did this fix your guys' problem of the double audio?
Welcome
I haven't
to Fibbage.
caught that,
I'm your host, Cookie
tonight.
Masterson. Recently back
Good.
to work from my sunny holiday at an undisclosed location. Now there's a good-looking group of players. Oh, sorry. I
Cookie,
was
we know it
looking
was
at
the
ultimate
murder
Frisbee
hotel.
game going on outside my window. You guys look fine. Oh, and anyone else can join the
Thanks.
audience. Audience members earn points by guessing the truth.
Considering
and
the current
fooling the
state of
players
things,
with their
fine,
lies.
I'll take.
Let's get to it.
So we'll let him explain how to play the damn game.
This is round one. I'm handing out 500 points for each player you fool with your lie. And you'll net a cool 1,000 for finding the truth.
Okay, I'm hearing it
All
now
right, choose a category.
through my own speakers. I found the source of it.
We are Legion.
Oh,
Choose a
forget
category,
it.
Rasclin.
I can't choose.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
already
you-
said screw it.
Timer
From
fell out.
1914 to 1933, there existed in Chicago a speakeasy, theater, and public forum where poets and anarchists mingled with attorneys and doctors. It was called
like
the
my kind of place.
Blank Club. Now, use your device to enter a lie that might deceive your fellow players. If you're stumped, you can hit the Lie For Me button, but using it's only worth half the points. Do it already.
So this is kind of like
And these are your choices. Pick the one that looks true on your device.
actually.
Let's see what you picked.
Gotcha.
I had a feeling that was yours.
Yeah, I figured it was a lie, but I was like, you know what? I don't really care right now.
That one had too much of Raz.
Okay.
on.
Gas said they tried joining, so I guess we'll just
The
have
Dill
to.
Pickle Club
give
in
it a second
Chicago
next game.
was patronized
Okay.
by the likes of Upton Sinclair.
You
and the
know,
Goldman
that was my
and
second
an
guess.
Undercover cop dressed
I
as a
didn't figure-
gherkin.
I didn't figure anybody in here would say that.
I saw Culture Club and I was like, really?
Okay, pick a category.
I liked it. Oh shoot! How do I pick it?
It's on your
Just-
on that window. It just tap. Just
Yeah. You just
Can't
click
take the
one.
pressure.
Oh, I see.
All right,
Got
step
it.
aside.
He beat you to it. That sometimes happens. We've also had
Finland
nights
or
where-
Southern
Right,
men?
here it is.
What the hell?
Not your usual crime wave. In 2021, the police department in Surrey, England announced that officers had become overwhelmed with a string of blank-related crimes. Enter your lies now.
There's a board game that's like this. What's it
Okay,
called?
find the truth.
You don't know Jack?
No, you don't know Jack is trivia.
Ah.
This would be Balderdash.
yeah.
Balderdash. That's it.
Let's take a look.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, it was plausible.
Fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least you're in
If
this
you say
together.
baked bean, oh my god.
Law
How
enforcement
fucking
received a
English do
number
you
of
get?
reports of residential homes and cars being vandalized with baked beans.
Where's the Stella?
See, I figured you were going to be like brick-related assault, bean-related assault, bean-related theft, things like that.
I spent my entire childhood watching bad movies just so you could have this question.
Oh, joy. Is it going to be one that we actually recognize again?
It never is. It's
I've
going to be the
recognized a
robot.
couple of them.
No, yeah, there was one night we were just like, oh, I know that one.
Raoul. Raoul, take off that silly costume.
In this Italian horror film, supposedly based on the writings of the Marquis de Sade, a terrifying castle is investigated by the unlikely team of an author, a rich man, a secretary, and blank. Okay, enter those lies.
Well, it's not 120 Days of Sodom. Because I know the Sade's writings well enough that I can put this as an answer.
That movie would definitely have been too scary for me when I was a kid.
Oh, remember, it says that it was supposedly based on his writings.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I can put it.
Based on his
The
writing.
truth. Okay, how do we do?
But you can begin to see how this game works.
Yes.
Plausible.
Four supermodels. What the
Nobody
hell?
picked this.
You know, I mean, given the era this movie was made,
It is Desaad, which is why I put a libertarian.
Why don't you ever knock?
But yeah, I can see 4 supermodels.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Like I said, I put libertarian because if you read Desaad, that's his basic cast. There's always the libertarian,
Row
and they're
two, which
always
means
doing
all point
fucked up shit.
values are doubled. Give me a
You
category.
want to melt your brain. Well, I mean, that's the best way to do it.
Cats.
Here's one for you. Remember Cats? The Boston Globe film critic sure does. His scathing review of the film was titled with 4 simple words. Blank. Write your lies now.
I actually never saw that movie. Sounds like I didn't miss much from what everyone says.
I mean, I wonder if it's talking the original or that one that came out a few years ago.
There's
No, it
only
says
one
the
film of
film.
Cats.
Oh,
Yeah.
All
I
right.
thought,
Where's the
was
truth?
there a VHS release of the play?
Hmm.
Let's see how it shook out.
Plausible.
Honestly, any of them are plausible.
It's too many cat anuses, isn't it?
That was my next.
guys blew
Oh,
it.
actually, that was my next guess.
We here at Jackbox
I
Games
figured
take
Olaf would've
pleasure
put
in
that one.
reminding you of the many nightmarish moments of cats.
Oh God,
Remember
my
when Rebel
eyes
Wilson
just sounds
unzipped
like
her skin
rats.
suit and ate a tiny dancing cockroach with a human face? Of course you do.
Archie, no.
I mean, I figured might as well go with something that's kind of realistic.
According
Oh,
to
it's gonna
sources
be one of
familiar
those
with the
nights, huh?
situation, here's the news. Headline from the AP. Holiday gifts taken from luggage, replaced with blank. Submit your lies now.
Oh shit, this is Associated Press. That could literally be anything.
What happens if two people pick the same thing?
Then it doubles
we
up,
both
and
get
they
points.
both get points. Yeah.
And if you put the truth in by accident, it'll tell you, hey, that's the
There you
truth.
go. Find the truth.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights.
Oh. Fuck.
Not just cocaine, explosive
Moment of truth.
cocaine.
It could have been one of those heartwarming holiday stories, you know?
Not with the Associated Press.
No, fair.
If it turns out to be... Oh,
Ah,
thank God.
is that the
Victim
first time one of
believes
us
the
have
letter
guessed
code
the
and
truth?
persons were swapped out for dog food. Police are on the lookout for sharply dressed, hungry dogs.
That's weird.
Time to pick a category.
All right, what do we got here?
Ooh, Gods and Monsters.
Oh, why not? That one caught my attention too.
Sounds
Right under
good.
See what you think of
mesmerizing.
this. In need of unique divine intervention, you may want to pray to Cardea, the Roman goddess of blank. All right.
I'm definitely
type in
looking
your
this up
lies.
after the question.
Yes.
Neat divine intervention. Oh God.
Okay, now I'm actually gonna... My lie's in, so I'm just gonna look her up.
Well, hang on. We still need to.
Now, which one's
Choose.
the truth?
Yeah, we need to answer the question.
No, I gotta Google it first, because I'm not answering. Because you would think with the name it would be obvious, but...
It's too stupid not to pick.
Okay, what everybody pick?
Ah. It better not be door hinges.
I already looked it up. I'm disappointed at everything.
When Cardea
Not just
closes
door
a
hinges.
she does
Okay.
not open a window,
Door hinges,
and that
thresholds,
door
and
does
transitions.
Not open again.
See, I thought that was Janice, and the name January is after her.
No, Giannis was duplicity.
Yeah, 'cause he was literally a two-faced
Yeah,
god.
Janus is the god of beginnings, endings, transitions, and doorways.
It's final.
Whereas
finish
Cardea
time.
is specifically
Pay attention,
door
'cause this one's a
hinges,
two-parter,
thresholds, and
It's
transitions.
worth triple points. Have fun.
Oh boy.
Due to a miscommunication, the Earl of Abingdon's champion racehorse was named blank. And in the Victorian language of flowers, sending a person basil was the same as saying blank. Now you're gonna write one lie that sounds like it might fit in either of these two blanks.
Ooh.
That's double the chance to fool your fellow players. Make it good, and it might get picked for both blanks and earn you a bonus. Got all that? I'll give you a little extra time on this one, so don't freak out.
Wow, a couple of us were really quick.
Johnny on the spot.
Okay, here's what you're working with. Our two questions have two different truths. First, let's take care of this one. Select the truth for just this question now. Okay, now it's this blank's time to shine. Pick the
I
truth
didn't think
for
my
just
knowledge
this
of horse
question
and races would actually come in handy.
Okay, yeah, I think Gas Giant's YouTube is her playback is just
now.
way
Come on,
behind.
Show me what you picked. A lie for all seasons. One lie fits all.
What the heck is that about? Really? Okay.
Get it?
So his
Pots
name
and
was
then
Potato.
H-O's, Pot-atoes.
But yeah, they
Get
heard it
Oh.
they heard it as
Please,
pot
don't
8
send me
O's.
basil.
Good grief. How could anybody make that mistake?
Accents. Gas says, regardless of if their stream is 3 minutes late, they know the answer.
All right. Do we want to stop and allow Gas to get in?
Yeah, I think so. So we'll say new players.
JKBU.
How did you read that out and
you
you were still like...
Bastard. How did who read that out?
Like, Ras read that out and was... And like, I had to, like... I forgot that I had to back out of the room and then type it in, and I typed it in wrong, and I was still the first one in. How?
Error.
I was drinking.
All right. So yeah, best place for you to keep up to date with that in particular, Gas Giant, is look at your device.
I'm Cookie, and this is Fibbage, the only game where you're rewarded for lying, other than the vicious game we call life. Look at this dream team. I think this is the year we go all the way to the finals. Oh, and if you're not playing, don't forget you can still join the audience. Audience members earn their own points by fooling the players. Let's go.
How does that even work?
Makes
I
him
think it
feel
lets them
special.
type lies in. But
This is round
that's all
one,
that they can
and
do.
that
They
means
can't
you earn
determine truth.
500 points for
Ah.
every player you fool. And you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth. All right, choose a category.
Fuck Italian tourism.
Well,
Here's a good one. In 1988, Scotland Yard
That sounds
investigated
personal.
the murder of Sir Reginald Hemsley Dottingdale, who was killed with the perfect weapon, an unusually hard blank.
I already know what at
Okay,
least one
enter
of you is
those
going to
lies.
put. And I absolutely hate you.
God, remember how the fuck to spell this. Oh, God.
Okay.
I before E, except after 12.
That's only
Time
11:27.
to seek the truth.
I hate everything about this question.
I'm surprised nobody put dildo.
I'm sure
That's-
it crossed everyone's
All
mind.
right, who picked what?
That's how low the bar is for us guys.
Ah. Seriously?
So specific.
Luckily, it wasn't a multi-grain, or there would have
I
been
thought
nothing
I
left
was going to lose
find.
this one because what the hell? I figured I'd find out it was the carrot, and I would ask you how you harden a carrot.
Freeze it, maybe?
I guess
next
it was
category?
1988. That's doable.
Finland. Where's the Yeen when I need her?
Great listening skills.
Jesus.
Now listen up.
Hmm.
I miss the weird old days. For over 7 decades, the town of Yellville, Arkansas, celebrated an event where an aeroplane dropped blank onto a crowd. Write your lies now.
In Arkansas?
Yeah.
Just crazy
That
enough
last
to work.
That last thing with the pumpernickel loaf suddenly reminds me of an old Foamy cartoon.
What, the one with the haunted toaster?
That's the one.
What did I say about using waffles?
The Amityville toaster make for spooky. Yeah.
The
there you
Amityville
go.
toaster, make breakfast spooky, spooky fucking toaster, spooky eat toast, yum yum yum, human hand.
In hand.
Live turkeys. As God is my witness.
I swear to God, it's Arkansas. All of them are feasible.
But not the pigs. That's Sandusky, Ohio.
Let's see what everybody picked.
Oh shoot, I think I didn't pick one.
Anybody
well.
else thinking real genius?
What?
Okay.
Pressure from animal advocacy
They
groups,
did an
the annual
episode of,
turkey drop celebrated
what
on
was it,
Thanksgiving
KKRP?
is no more.
WKRP.
Yeah,
WKRP Cincinnati.
Yeah, where they used frozen turkeys instead of live turkeys.
No, they didn't. It was live turkeys on that show.
It was.
Because Les
Remember-
is saying
And
the,
now
the
for
such and
something
such
that
shopping
could
mall is
charitably
being
be
bombed
called
with live
a movie.
turkeys.
Ah, okay.
And the punchline is, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
What was it that they were?
Look alive. I'm
There
only
was-
playing this
Oh
once.
no, they were using they were using it to test airplanes.
A stewardess must not only make a good first impression, but a lasting one.
Hi. Hello. I'm Alice Raymond. I'm from Memphis.
I'm Jan Baker.
That's cute.
Oh, and that's Marcy Lewis.
Hello, Marcy. Oh, honey, there's nothing to this at all.
What a premise. A quirky flight attendant is courted by 3 separate men. The twist? All 3 guys are blank. Enter your lies now.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Okay, which one's true?
Ooh. Man.
Hey, could it be pilots or perhaps pilots?
Let's see what you picked. And it was also... somebody's cheating off somebody.
First time that's happened to us.
Wait, so we both put pilots?
But it didn't double up for some
I'm in
reason.
advertising. My name is Mike.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Mike.
Oh, Mike!
Yeah.
Okay, how's the audio for everybody else right now?
Pretty shitty.
Very, yeah, breaking up.
Make sure it's not just me.
I can't hear.
It's
Oh.
staticky and watery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that... I don't know why that happens. Alright, let me try something here.
On to round 2, where all point values are
And now it's
doubled.
clear.
Okay. I just dropped the frame rate from
Choose a
60 down to
category.
30. Yeah, for some reason that happens when you're like sharing a specific
Give this one a
application.
shot.
Yeah.
If you
I'm really
visited
worried what
Charlotte's
We Are
legendary
Legion would give us.
Lobster Pound in Seawall, Maine before 2018, chances are you ate a lobster that had been exposed to blank. Submit your lies now.
I had to choose between a plausible sounding one and a silly sounding one.
Then you understand this game very well already.
Okay, these are the choices.
Oh, God.
I just like all these answers.
Screw it.
Let's take a look.
Somebody actually picked that?
It sounded so ridiculous I had to.
Eh. Somebody actually picked that one?
What?
The restaurant
Why do we
used
care?
marijuana to sedate the lobster after getting a prescription from a very chill lobster doctor.
I
Okay.
thought that one was more likely to have been exposed after legalization, but
Yeah.
That
Uh-oh. Guess who needs
brings a whole
attention?
new meaning to smoking your meat.
yeah.
Timothy Chalamet revealed in a 2021 Time magazine interview that an acting hero of his once pulled him aside and warned him, no hard drugs, no blank. Write your lies now.
Acting skills? I can't name a single Timothy Chalamet film I've liked.
I've only actually seen one, so
Dune
Right,
sucked,
pick the
Wonka
truth.
sucked.
wow, interesting set of choices here.
I'm really wondering about cake.
Yeah.
Let's see how it shook out.
I think I probably picked the wrong one.
I can't think of any actor that would tell you no loose women.
Yeah. Besides, why would they assume you're attracted to women?
Depends on the age of the acting hero.
He, of course, ignored
Yep.
this and co-starred in the high-flying Lady Bird.
That was a superhero
But who
movie?
told him not to do superhero movies?
Yeah, good question.
Select a category.
Interesting categories on this one.
Yeah, I like the
Try this one on
affairs.
for
What the hell?
size. If you ever find yourself in Manitoba,
Celebrity
Canada,
affairs,
better
maybe.
watch your back. It's home to a jail designed specifically for blank. Okay, enter those lies.
Hockey enforcers?
I mean, Manitoba's a whole province. It's kind of big.
Come on now, let's get truthy.
I hate everything about this now.
I'm pretty sure our resident Canadian isn't actually from that part of Canada.
Moment of truth.
Ah,
The
Oh,
polar
fuck.
bear jail is designed to
Yeah,
isolate
see, that's kinda
dangerous
what I
bears
figured,
before
the-
they're relocated.
what would you need it for?
What the fuck, Canada?
Oh, Canada. Proof that approving lies matters because there's a
Welcome
5
to the
point.
final fibbage. It's a two-part question, and it's worth triple the points. Don't blow it. Ian Byrne told the BBC the Suez Canal blockage caused an overlooked shortage. Customers can't get blank. And a Cleveland company is the first to offer a unique funeral service. They turn the deceased's blank into permanent memorials. Now, you're going to write one lie that sounds like it might fit in either of these two blanks. That's double the chance to fool your fellow players. And if your lie gets picked for both blanks, tell you what, I'll throw in a bonus. Make sense? I'm giving you some extra time. You'll be fine. Time's halfway gone. Better hurry it up. Okay, here are your choices. These questions have two different truths, so for now, just pay attention to this one. Guess the truth for just this question now. Let's move on to this question. Find the truth for just this question now. Okay, how do we do?
Jeez.
Doubly deceptive.
I think you might win.
Maybe. Yeah.
Double whammy.
Since the sample was dentures, I had my doubts about that one. Ah,
Is it tattoos?
that would be kind of oh, that's disturbing.
I figured.
Damn.
Okay.
Boy. That's rough.
See, I knew about the tattoos because I heard about the ones that started doing that after it took off.
Yeah. I hadn't heard of it, but it makes sense. It's like, I mean, it's literally a piece of art anyway, so...
Yeah.
And
I mean,
That
really,
is
and
fair.
it does cure really well.
I was gonna say, it's just tanning leather, basically, at that point, so...
Still disturbing.
That's a great jacket. I love the pattern. Thanks. It was my dad's.
All right.
Back.
Shall we try her on our usual ending game?
Which one?
Sure.
You talking about Quiplash or Blather Round?
Blather round. All right. Come on, you can do it. It is not wanting to close. All right, fine. I'll force it close. All right. Give me just a moment here. I need to take a real quick break, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
That was fun.
We're not even warmed up yet.
Other ones include Murder Trivia Party, where you've all been kidnapped by a serial killer who's going to kill you as you fail his trivia questions.
But even when you die, you still play, and at the end, if you're dead, you get a chance to get another body.
Oh, very nice. I was just going to say, I really enjoyed Fibbage. I used to love Balderdash, and I haven't played that in ages.
Quiplash is mostly who can come up with the most offensive thing in the whole group. It's where we celebrate being horrible people.
I see.
The actual stated goal is to come up with the funniest quip.
It's like Cards Against Humanity or Mad Libs.
Yeah. I like Guespionage. I know I am not necessarily in the majority there. Guespionage is basically they give you a random factoid. You figure out how what percentage attributes to it. Like, what percentage of people admit to owning a
the
bathrobe?
toilet seat up.
And then you just figure out, guessing how many people, when questioned, actually do.
So Gas says that they are using a phone and thus have a touch screen, and we're hoping for something where we draw.
I'm not feeling drawing today.
Having just come off an RSV infection, I'm gonna pass.
Maybe
I'm
we'll
using
do a little
old wired mouse. I'm not doing drawing right now.
Maybe we'll pop in and do a drawing one sometime this month.
Giant says, I always feel like drawing.
I mean, they are an artist, so.
All right, and let me get.
Do we want to drop the FPS down again? Because I noticed it's back up to 6.
Oh.
Because Blather Round is always one that the audio ends up screwing up somewhere.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Look! How?
I've got quick fingers.
Oh, look, we spell out rot.
So we do.
I was hoping they were going to put gas over on the other side so we'd spell grot.
Well, then we would need another O.
I know. Then we get another O. We've got grot. All right. I think everybody's in.
Welcome to Blather Round. Do, a do ba ba, a boobity doo bow bow, jazz. You're going to present a secret prompt, like Moby Dick. You'll describe it to everyone else with sentences like this one. Now, you can change some of these words, but your options are very limited. Everyone else will be guessing, while you make more elaborate sentences. Oh, it's a lot like Free Willy too. Moby Dick! Be fast to win
Moby
big.
Dick is like Free Willy?
And teamwork is
They're both about
rewarded.
whales.
So talk out loud
Yeah.
and work together.
I guess.
Let's begin.
Very, very roughly.
Round 1.
What they don't tell you till later on is
Here are
when you're
3
doing
cool
prompts later, you
It's
can
your job to
actually
choose the
skip.
coolest. FYI,
Ooh.
the harder
And what they
prompts
really
are
don't tell
worth
you is
more
that
points.
if you pick the harder prompts, it's going to be chaos because you are no way get any words that
Oh, what
actually
the hell?
describe it.
Now you're going to craft a sentence that
Yeah.
describes your prompt.
All right.
On your device, you'll see 2 word columns. Pick words to build a sentence describing your prompt, and then tap submit when you're finished. You can always change your mind. Just tap the word again to take it out.
So we have to guess everybody's simultaneously?
No. We take
it goes
turns.
one by one.
Okay.
And this is also where we decide eventually, we usually play this at the end of stream, so we're very tired and we just give up, so we'll just start
You're
taking
leading the
jabs
pack.
at each other.
Yeah. Like
The
when it said your
category
mom,
is
after it said a
story.
big wet place, we would have said, oh no, really, your mom.
It's a story about a rich youthful situation good guy.
Use your device to submit your guesses. That means everyone in the
Richie
audience,
Rich.
too.
A fucking
Meanwhile,
fairy
the
tale.
presenter will write another sentence.
DuckTales.
Batman. And an upsetting phenomenon. Ever DC comic ever. It's a lot like Richie
A
Rich.
series of unfortunate
When the
events.
presenter uses your guess in a sentence, you get points.
Jackie Jokers.
Annie.
Who the hell is the opposite of Richie Rich?
Corey
Opposite.
Poor?
That's
Whoa.
a lot like
A fancy
Richie
nephew.
Rich.
All the cool words were invited.
Jeeves and Wooster.
Prince of Bel-Air.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. The hero clowns around with the nerd.
What?
It's a lot like Prince of Bel-Air.
Time
Aw.
is ticking. Hurry, hurry.
Webster.
Eventually, there's a
You guys are
fancy
gonna
live
kick
action
yourselves.
90s mansion. Full house.
Only a few seconds left.
I
Blank Shack.
am.
You guys aren't going to get it.
The toy.
You're going to kick yourselves.
Ouch.
Okay.
Rough start to
X-Men?
the game, but y'all got the next one.
We said Fresh
wait.
Prince of Bel-Air.
No, you said
Somebody guessed
If you saw the answer and
Oh,
thought,
okay.
oh, that makes sense, then hit my bad on your device.
Because
yeah.
I almost typed that because it wasn't
I
the
mean,
full
normally they
title,
give
but-
it to you if it's just close enough.
If
The
it's close
category
enough,
is
but you didn't
person.
say
It
Fresh
could be a
Prince.
celebrity, a fictional
Yeah, they said
character.
Prince
Bel Air,
not
not
Fresh
Fresh
Prince.
Prince Bel Air.
Yeah.
They're a brave human.
Here we go.
Well, that's not helpful.
Hercules. Princess Mary. They dislike the gender role. Harry Potter.
Batman.
Wonder Woman.
Aha.
Woohoo!
Well, that was quick.
Yeah,
We got
sometimes
lucky on
Points
that
for
one.
how fast they get. Yeah, okay, time bonus.
sometimes we just connect.
Great
Like
job,
there was
everyone.
one that where Caden had
And hey,
what was
here
it?
are some
Oh, it was
points
Predator.
for everyone who contributed a
Yeah.
helpful
And it was
guess.
like a group of big muscly men, and just like right out the bat,
The
that was all.
category
I
is
needed.
It's a huge weapon.
Let's get the presentation started.
My dong.
Get that out.
Atomic bomb. Claymore.
Death Star.
Cannon.
It launches the item.
Excelsior class starship.
Railgun.
Trebuchet.
Yeah.
Colossus and Wolverine.
Trebuchet.
Aha.
This is a stealth catapult.
I figured it was one of those two, and I'm
This
like,
round is just
would
like
they
my
put
steak.
trebuchet
well
in there?
done. And slathered
Mike.
in Alfredo.
I figured I'd try it with
The
the,
category is
The
story.
proper spelling?
yes.
Yeah. That is my Achilles
It's a
heel.
story about a teeny individual.
Off you go.
Thumbelina.
Tom Thumb.
Tom Thumb.
Tom Thumb.
Polly Pocket.
And a not glorious dude.
Stuart Little. Mighty Max.
Jack and the Beanstalk. Gulliver's Travels.
It's a lot like Stuart Little.
The Borrowers.
The Littles.
Geico commercials.
Wool. A pine-sized food.
Ooh,
Borrowers.
that sentence is a beauty.
Gummy Bears.
Secret
Alice
of
in
Eve.
Wonderland. The Smurfs. The Snorks.
The Hobbit.
Through the Looking Glass.
It's kinda similar to Gummy Bears.
Smurfs Hanna-Barbera through the 70s.
Oh, man.
Fraggle Rock.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they get more specific the later you get.
The hero has the cooking.
You haven't got long left.
James and the
Oh,
Giant Peach.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Oh,
fucking
finally.
Ratatouille, but I had to remember how to spell it.
I didn't know how to spell it, but it gave it to me good enough. I think.
And a good
Thank
time
goodness it
was
gave me
had
the
by
hero has the
all.
cooking. That was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then once you said it was a lot like
You're the
Stuart
last
Little,
presenter
yeah.
this round. The category is person.
They're a colorful fictional gadget figure.
Off you go.
The Tin Man.
Inspector Gadget.
They are in a show about the period of time.
Daleks.
Power Rangers.
Cybermen.
Doctor Who.
Jester.
I don't even remember the name of the.
Dr. Watt. Doctor Strange. Voltron.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, presenter, the skip button.
They're nothing like Power Rangers.
Swiss Guard.
They're so retro high-tech.
That was quick.
Thunderbirds.
The Jetsons.
Kamen Rider.
They're a lot like the Jetsons.
Kamen Rider.
Flintstones. The Flintstones.
Oh.
So I like how Gas and Olav and I are all on
Known
the same.
for the 1960s home.
Johnny Quest.
The Brady Bunch.
The timer stops for no one. Get those guesses
Oh,
in.
man. High tech.
Thunderbirds.
Mask.
Oh!
I already said Thunderbirds.
Star Trek.
And they are the future.
Type fast. We're down to the wire.
The Fantastic Four. Ray Richards.
So you were really close with Griffin for one reason.
Oh, yeah.
really?
I was going to say because
I'm
it's a
sure you would have gotten it
person.
eventually.
Right.
It's time
Not
for
people,
the
it's a
point.
person. That's why when
Yeah.
I went
In
with
my
the
opinion,
Fantastic
you all
Four,
did
then I switched
perfectly.
to Reed Richards.
But of course, the scores don't
I
reflect
forgot it was a person. Oh, well.
I didn't realize
Round
it was a
two,
person.
just for
Yeah,
you.
it says it under his name, right under the name.
Points
It tells you what
are
category it
doubled.
At the very beginning.
Same
think he
challenge,
keeps it
new
up.
prompts. Choose wisely.
I don't even know who that is.
Pick the prompt
All right,
that seems
all right,
like the most
prompt.
fun, or the one
Oh.
that seems the least scary.
I already know that you're not going to get the other two answers. So
Write
Mission
a sentence
Impossible.
to describe your new prompt. If
How many
you
rounds
really
of
want to
this are there, by the
fine-tune,
way?
tap
Just two.
individual words in your
Okay.
sentence and change them.
Did we all yell
You're
toot
going
toot?
next.
is. I think a couple didn't.
The category is story.
No, I think yours was I'm done and Rask's was we.
It's a story about a heart-wrenching protagonist.
And so it begins.
The Velveteen Rabbit.
I
Hammer.
was scarred by that story.
Cardia. The Heart Exploder.
Wait.
When she pregnant.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Dracula.
Spider-Man.
Hey, presenter, are you stuck? No shame in that. Just skip the sentence.
Heart wrenching is subjective.
And a sad
Yeah.
character.
Of Mice and Men.
Life in 2025.
Ouch. Can't argue with that one, though.
All Quiet on the Western
Bible.
Front.
Oliver Twist.
Who's the protagonist of the Bible?
Pick one.
It's a different genre than Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Okay.
Probably a different genre than most of these.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Whoa. A remarkable adventure.
Now that's a sentence. Time is running out. Time to take some big swings.
Oh, man.
It's like a kid's version of Indiana
How do you
Jones
make
and the
that a kid
Temple of
version?
Doom.
Time is almost up.
Huck Finn.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, God.
Oh, those are some good guesses. Oh.
Don't feel bad. Some people
Yeah.
just don't know
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah, all right.
The what is a where? You're guessing a place.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
My
joyful
favorite
large
line
place.
of hers is
And we're off.
some of my favorite people are people.
Disneyland. Disney World.
It's where you admire the phenomenon.
Epcot Center. The Eighth Circle of Hell.
Fairyland.
It's nothing like Disneyland and Disney World.
Where you admire the phenomenon.
So much critter landmark.
Ooh, I'm
Zoo.
jealous of that sentence.
Mount Rushmore.
Alaska.
SeaWorld.
It's a lot like the Grand Canyon.
But it's not Jurassic Park.
Yosemite.
God damn it.
Critter landmark.
Just
Aha!
got news I was putting in this place's faith thing.
I'm going to embroider these sentences onto my favorite hanky.
Yeah, you said
And I'm
Grand
going to
Canyon.
mail
I
it
was
to
like,
Jimmy
Yellowstone.
Carter.
It's gotta be Yellowstone. And if it's not Yellowstone, it's Jellystone.
Right.
The
Well,
category
picture.
is person.
They're an amazing human.
Let's do this.
Tesla.
Abraham Lincoln.
Definitely not any of us. Except maybe F.
Donald Trump.
They are renowned for the ego.
Thomas Edison.
Sigmund Freud.
They're younger than Abraham Lincoln.
Caden.
Churchill.
George Washington.
I'm sorry, did you just call me
He's
an
so
amazing
revered.
human?
What a sweet little sentence.
Oh boy. Oh
The
man.
Antichrist.
They're nothing
Bad.
like
This
the
is a
Pope.
bad one.
Elon Musk.
Well, definitely nothing like the Pope.
Known for the ancient militia.
Hannibal.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You went one direction, I went the other.
I can't believe you got it from that, honestly.
Well, no, once you
Okay,
said the ancient
Incredible
militia,
Store
I was
called,
like,
and they
it's
said,
gotta
"Are
be
you merchandise
Alexander.
in the Incredible Store?" Because that was incredible. The category is place.
It's a painful place.
Here we go.
Dentist's chair.
Caden Room.
Hell.
Prison.
It's where you go for the fixing.
Dentist office.
Veterinarian.
Alcatraz.
It's more specific than hell.
Purgatory.
Hospital.
So much anatomy.
A mini sentence for maximum impact.
It's smaller than hospital.
Clinic.
Doctor's office.
Morgue.
Morgue.
This place has a traumatic enclosure.
Tartarus.
Ooh, finally got one.
Who put Tartarus?
You should be proud of what you've
I
done
did.
here today.
So much anatomy.
Last presenter. The category is place. You've all been places. This should be easy.
It's a big trade route place.
Here we go.
Silk Road.
Silk Road.
The Silk Road.
Holy shit.
Jesus, guys.
I mean,
What we are.
New York.
Cape of Good Hope.
London. Bangkok. It's where you journey for the shipping. It's kinda similar to Cape of Good Hope.
Panama.
Long Beach.
There
Damn,
you
I was
go.
saying the Gulf of Mexico.
you mean the Gulf of America, don't you?
Fuck you, it's Mexico. We don't live in America. We live in Mexicanas Americas.
Let's
We'll just
see
put the
those
In case you
points.
can't tell, I just
Canada and
want to say,
Mexico, everyone's happy.
You're
For the
all
record, I
winners
was
to
being
me, but the
sarcastic.
actual winner is...
Oh, we know.
I don't know if you heard about
I knew you
our,
could
our
do
governor
it.
saying that Lake Michigan is now Lake Illinois.
Thanks for playing.
That sounds
I had
about
not
right.
heard
Come
that
back
yet.
whenever you feel a blather stirring in your
Shouldn't
soul.
it be Lake Canada, since Canada's our 51st state?
Yeah, but the governor of Illinois was the one who proclaimed it, so he gets to
Also,
name
I
it
feel
after
like
himself.
Canada's jumping the line. Puerto Rico's been wanting to be a state for ages.
Yeah,
All
but
right, there we go. Canada annexes Puerto Rico. Done.
I mean, could happen. Wow, that was fun. That keeps you on your toes.
yeah. See, Lake Michigan can't be like Canada because it does not border. I think it's the only. I think it's the only one that doesn't, isn't it?
That is a good point.
Yeah,
That
you're
is a
right. It
very
is
good
the
point.
only one of the Great Lakes that doesn't border. We should definitely do
any of them-
Whiplash.
Yeah, if any of them were going to be Lake Canada, it'd be Lake Superior, I bet.
Yeah.
All right, so we're agreed on Quiplash.
Everybody up for more?
I
We'll
ain't
do at least
sleepy yet.
one more.
Okay.
Pardon me. Damn.
You're even
swear
dramatic
I'm
when you're
biting this
sick,
off.
man. It's a good thing I didn't send you that Word doc of lines that I was going to have you announce for this book.
All right. Let's see here. Quiplash.
Probably not this week. Yeah.
Okay. Which version of Quiplash do we want?
There's XL, isn't there?
I think so.
There's like... Yeah, there's
Quiplash.
Quiplash XL. I don't think they did numbers for Quiplash.
They did. They did Quiplash 2, and then Quiplash 3.
All right.
Go with the latest one.
Did we like the latest one?
I think we did.
I think so.
Yeah, let's try it out.
We play it like Cards Against Humanity either way, so.
True, but it's always the quality of the questions.
Oops. I closed the stream accidentally.
And the host comments, because
We go
sometimes
through
if you don't have the right host, the game is just so boring.
I missed the code if we got it.
We don't
haven't
have it
gotten
yet.
Okay.
We can make our own? Oh, that could be dangerous.
Yes, it could.
That seems like a... weird little critters.
Yeah.
Hey there, this is a game we call Quiplash 3, Quipsylvania. I'm Schmitty, and I'll be providing humor, support, and vital instructions someone will probably talk over. And if you didn't make it into the game, it's no big deal. Get in the audience and vote away. Ready for round one? You'll answer 2 prompts on your device in any way you want, and then each of your responses will square off against someone else's. The remaining players vote on their favorite. Easy, right? You'll rake in the points based on the percentage of people who dig your response. Got it? Great!
horribleness has already started.
I don't know what you mean by it.
Finally, let's see some action.
Hey, fuck you. You didn't want us talking over you.
Let's break the ice with the worst ringtone to play on your phone during a work meeting. Voting time. All right, check
Fart
this
noises
out.
are bad, but
You're 12 years old,
Yeah,
and
the
you
other
just
one
got
was
a
just
blank check.
extraordinarily
What's the
bad.
first thing you're buying? Okay, choose your favorite.
Wow, we went really vanilla all of a sudden.
I think it's the part where we're 12 years old. Briefly, our brains reset to semi-innocent.
Next up, werewolves have two weaknesses: silver bullets and blank. Time to pick the one you like best. And
Oh,
now,
man.
the strangest thing to discover in a mummy's tomb. All right, people, it's voting time.
Holy
Wow.
shit, motherfuckers.
God. Oh.
What happened here?
The true loser is human dignity.
I mean, to be fair,
Let's
if you
see the
found
next
your dad
one.
in the tomb with your
The
mother's
most
underwear, it's
dramatic
less
way to
weird.
end a letter is P.S. blank. Okay, everybody, pick
Most
your favorite
dramatic?
quip.
Had to give to Rask.
So that was round one. Let us never speak of it again. But hey, let's see those
Yeah.
scores.
Why do me and Olaf look so bored?
So if round one was an appetizer, round two is a substantial meal.
'Cause this
Double
is
the
all the
points,
news
double
to
the
you by now.
indigestion.
I mean, even our avatars look bored.
Oh, God. All right, fine.
What?
I'll go bad. I'll go horrible.
Can't be as bad as me. I'm already using my privilege.
Eh.
This background is disturbingly reminiscent of a pulsating colon.
Let's make some noise. Up to bat, we have idea for an improved hotel room sign. Privacy, please.
One of you put
I'm
masturbating,
blank.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Close
make
enough.
someone happy.
They rhyme.
Without further ado, a command given to the world's most intellectual dog. Decisions.
It says
Choose your
intellectual,
favorite.
not intelligent.
They both happen in the same dungeon.
Next, what the creepy doll in the antique store is trying to tell you with its eyes.
I've seen some shit.
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
Yeah, I got to give you that one.
I am a horrible person, and I like to prove it
Okay,
here.
what's next?
That wasn't even that horrible.
There
That's
should
just
be
our
an
usual
emoji that
brand of
expresses
humor.
the feeling of blank. And now, pick your
Those are
favorite.
the same thing.
No.
Having to solve my aunt's computer issues would give me ennui.
Ennui's boredom.
No,
Not
it's not. It's
frustration.
the absolute.
It's like weariness with life.
And here
Yeah,
we
you're
have,
so done with life.
at the most bizarre sex parties, people don't wear masks. They wear blank. Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite quip.
I feel like they're at the same party.
I used my privilege.
Quite possibly.
Gamer showed up for just a
Now that
second.
you've laid waste to round 2, let's survey the damage.
Logging up for pop in.
Yeah, wishing Rasclin
Get
an
ready
amazing
for
birthday.
Whiplash. One
And
last chance
Hacky.
to strut your stuff. Each of you will be sent a prompt that requires 3 separate responses. Easy stuff. And you
man.
know what an odd number of players means. You get the honor of competing against me.
Well, you're
Oh,
sure
boy.
to get a good. Yeah, you're sure to do good in this one.
Not necessarily. I think I may be fading a little. I'm having trouble coming up with. Good answers. Oh, gosh.
I am a terrible, terrible meme lord, but it's all completely accurate. That's how I know I'm doing right, when I can be completely terrible, but it's completely accurate.
Tick tock, time's almost up. Okay, let's do this. 3 qualities that make a man marriage material. All right, choose your favorite.
Yeah. See.
I'm sure you could all guess which one was the real person and which one was the computer,
Well,
though.
Great
I
job.
actually thought, I forgot that you went up against Schmitty.
3
I thought you were
things
going
that
up
are
against
the
Gas.
real treasures we found along the way.
Oh boy.
All right, vote for the one you like
Well-
best.
Oh.
I had a feeling. Oh, that means that Rask and I are going up against each other.
Yep.
The top 3 ailments
With the perfect
diagnosed by
question.
old-timey doctors.
Truly it is.
Now
Wow.
it gets real. Pick your favorite.
Okay, we clearly think along the same line.
Yeah, yeah.
Your list is just mine with on shuffle.
Pretty much.
That might be
Wow,
enough to
this is
dethrone
it.
me.
Show us the final scores.
Yep.
How many times do I actually lose at Quiplash? Come on now.
It happened.
It has happened. All right. Well, we've been going for over 3 hours now, so I think it's about time to call it a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to fade a little bit here, I think.
My social battery is dying.
But, so were you wanting to try for next Tuesday for the, leverage game, or just a Tuesday sometime?
You guys want to try for next Tuesday, or just later so we have enough time to get in touch with whoever and let them create characters?
Let's give it the Tuesday after. Give people a little time.
Okay, that
Sounds
works.
good.
That gives me and Olaf time to get together and make some shit.
Yeah. Once I know what kind of a theme you want and everything.
You're asking me to decide on a set theme? Come on now.
Yes, I am.
Right, well, thanks for having me on tonight, everybody. This was fun.
Thank you for joining us.
All right. You
Sorry
guys...
we didn't get our original plan, but I think we still had a good time.
So you guys want to do your good nights?
I'll do
Good night.
mine.
You want to
night.
exercise Celtic go bra?
Oh, yeah. I'm on the same radio station that Rasclin here is. I actually do 2 shows. I have Celtic Music Go Bra on Sunday evenings from 6 to 8, and on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. in both cases. I have radio theater.
Okay, and you can find the link is written there, and it's also in the description down below for where to go for those.
And in case you're too lazy to read, Rasclin is about to fire it into your ear at supersonic speed.
Tomorrow night, Over the Edge on community radio for East Central Illinois, 91 FM, WEFT Champaign. Streaming online at new.wft.org/listen.
I love the fact that you got so energetic with it that your mic cut out.
No, that was my voice cutting out.
No, that was your mic.
That was your
Okay,
mic.
that was
It
both.
was, yeah, it was just like,
Hush, take the win. Your voice is still powerful enough to overcome an electronic object.
all right. Well, I'll go ahead and do my outro. As always, guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Night all.
As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod the subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell. But because YouTube doesn't always notify you, make sure to check out the social media links as well. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Blue Sky, and the permanent invite for our Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be doing Hogwarts Legacy. And tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to be doing Cyberpunk 2077. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!